Today, we're diving into a skill that's, well, it's pretty much a superpower. It's behind some of the world's biggest success stories, the art of teaching yourself. All right, let's jump right in.
You've probably heard of him. He's the CEO of OpenAI, the company that gave us ChatGPT. But his story started way, way earlier. When he was just 8 years old, he got his first computer. And he didn't wait for a teacher or a class. Nope. He just started teaching himself how to code, and that sparked a habit that would literally define his life.
So today, his net worth is estimated at around $2 billion. But listen, the $2 billion, that's not really the point. The point is what that number represents. It's a symbol of the incredible, almost limitless potential that gets unlocked when you decide to take learning into your own hands.
And this insight comes straight from Altman himself. Think about it. It's not about what you already have stored in your brain. It's about how good you are at learning all the stuff you don't know yet. This single idea is the foundation for everything we're going to talk about. So how do we get good at it?
So, we're going to use Altman's journey as our jumping-off point, our inspiration. His story isn't some crazy exception to the rule. It's a perfect example of what can happen when you let your curiosity run the show.
So let me ask you, have you ever felt like the traditional school system just wasn't for you? Or maybe you just have this burning desire to pick up a new skill, but you want to do it on your own time with your own tools. If that sounds like you, then yeah, you are in exactly the right place. So what does it actually mean to be a self-learner? Well, there's a fantastic word for it, autodidact. And understanding this word is all about understanding one thing, freedom. And this is a really important distinction, right? Being an autodidact doesn't mean you're a hermit, locking yourself in a room all alone. Not at all. It just means you're the one in the driver's seat. You get to choose your destination, your speed, and the route you take to get there. And you see this everywhere once you start looking. I mean, think about the programmer who built an incredible app just from watching YouTube tutorials, or the musician who taught themselves an instrument just by listening and practicing, or the entrepreneur who built a whole business from the ground up. They're all modern-day autodidacts. I absolutely love this quote because it just flips the whole mindset on its head. School can sometimes feel, well, a little passive, right? Like you're just a bucket being filled with information. But this, self-learning is active. It's an adventure. You're not a student. You're a conqueror out there claiming knowledge for yourself.
Okay, so you're feeling inspired. You get the why. But now for the big question. What about the how? Let's get practical and build a real, concrete plan you can literally start using today.
Here it is, your 5-step roadmap to learning just about anything. First, you need a clear vision. That's your why. It's the fuel for your engine. Second, you got to set a simple plan to give yourself some structure. Third, find the right resources, your tools for the job. Fourth, and this is huge, practice regularly. And finally, the step that makes it all stick, share what you're learning.
And this number? It really drives home the power of that fourth step, consistency. 182 hours. That's what a mere 30 minutes of practice a day adds up to in just 1 year. Think about that. Small, steady efforts create massive, massive results. You are literally not the same person after that much focused work.
So here's what that can look like in the real world. Let's say you want to learn video editing. Your plan could be as simple as watch some YouTube tutorials, practice for 30 minutes, and then share a quick video on TikTok to see what people think. Or maybe you're learning a language. Use an app like Duolingo, watch 1 video a day, and then try out what you learned with a friend. Simple, actionable, and it works.
Now, let's be real for a second. This journey isn't always a walk in the park. There are these internal dragons we all have to face. So how in the world do we slay them? Sound familiar? That feeling of just not wanting to start? That nagging little voice in your head that whispers, you can't do this, or that paralyzing fear of messing up and looking stupid? Yeah, we've all been there.
But here's the most important thing to remember. Feeling this way is 100% normal. Even the absolute legends in their fields feel out. The secret weapon against it? It's almost laughably simple. Start ridiculously small. Make the first step so easy that you can't possibly say no. That's how you beat procrastination and start building momentum. And we have to completely reframe what failure means. Our fear tells us that making a mistake is this big, shameful event. But the reality, every single error is just data. It's a lesson. It's a sign pointing you in the right direction. It's not a stop sign. It's a signpost. And remember what we said earlier? Self-learning doesn't mean you have to be alone. So go find your people. Surround yourself with others who are on the same path. Join a forum, find a Discord server, whatever it is. This is your support system, your motivation crew.
Okay, I want to share a personal story with you now, just to show you that this whole framework, it's not just theory. I know it works because, well, I've lived it.
Believe it or not, back in school, I was just awful at English. The very idea of having to speak it out loud was terrifying. But then, I met someone who had learned it all on their own, and they sparked something in me. I started small, just one video a day. A year later, I had my first real, full conversation. And today, it's a skill that connects me to people all over the world.
And if there's one single piece of advice that changed everything, it was this. I realized I was waiting to be perfect before I even tried. But perfection is a myth. It's an illusion. The real starting line isn't perfection. It's courage. You just have to dare to start.
Which brings us to the most important part of this whole discussion. It all comes down to a choice that you, and only you, get to make right now.
Being a self-learner isn't some magic gene you're born with. It's not a special gift that only a few people get. It is a decision. It's a choice to be curious, to be resilient, and to take total ownership of your own growth. And you know what? If you're here watching this, chances are you've already made that choice.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. What is it? What's that skill, that topic, that passion that's been sitting on your bucket list forever? What knowledge are you going to choose to conquer first? The journey starts with that decision. Go for it.